Hey everyone, I want to do a video today about what happened the day I stopped listening to people. There's a day that you need to listen and heed words of wisdom, and then there are days that it's time to act on what's inside of you. And I'm going to tell you a little bit of my life story and put it in a way that hopefully it speaks to a lot of you because there are so many of you. As a matter of fact, I think every single person watching this right now has a vision or a dream or something that you do really well that you really want to expose and you really want the world to see, and you're not because something's holding you back from your past. So, a little brief history of myself. I was bullied most of my, as a matter of fact, all of my, elementary, junior high, and high school years horribly. I lived in fear going to school most days. It came through in my schoolwork. I was more worried about getting picked on or made fun of instead of focusing on class, right? And I had a couple victories throughout my life as I was growing up in grade school, where I had to defend myself, but by and large, I was always picked on. And then to add insult to injury, you the girls. I remember, those sharp knives in your life where you're hurt by somebody, right? The girls, that you have the crush on would say out loud, "Ooh, you're not cute." We're talking like high school. So I grew up with a low self-esteem. Now, praise God, I had a best friend that was the cool kid in school. Actually, he was my best friend, and he actually, from late junior high through high school, gave me a lot of confidence, and we were inseparable, and that was awesome. Um, and I slowly grew out of it. Well, fast forward a handful of years in my life, I become a firefighter. Just the job of saying that you're a firefighter, to be honest with you, dang it, I don't want to get emotional. It's wow. I did not mean to talk about this today, but as I was driving up, I had these news stories. Um, and I'm like, no, I felt like I was supposed to talk about this. And now I'm like talking about it, and all these stupid thoughts keep rushing back to my mind. Anyway, I become a firefighter. Dang it. All right. Hold on. Jeez, oh, the ninja. Hard on his sleeve. All right. I become a firefighter to impress a girl. Yeah, that's the truth. But I'd always wanted to be a firefighter in all reality. I remember sitting in my car with my folks. I was young. Oh gosh, you want to talk about making an impression on a kid. I was like 7. And a fire engine pulls up next to us. And back then they were open cab, and the firefighter was facing backwards. I'll never forget it. It was Ontario Fire Department, and in California. And I look up, and the firefighter just gives me a little wave. I still remember that. Ever since then, I'm like, I want to be a fireman. Fast forward, I do it for a girl to impress her. It impressed her, but it impressed me. It gave me so much confidence. Gosh, it gave me confidence. Um, and I worked my way up to the busiest engine captain. I was actually captaining one of the busiest engines in our county. Loved what I did, absolutely loved it. And I ended up leaving that department to go to another department, which ironically was the slowest department in the area, because it paid twice as much. And I was getting married. I just gotten married, and I wanted to raise a family, and I wanted to be a real estate investor. So I needed more money, extra money to be able to invest in real estate. So I did it. And for a couple of years, I played the rookie move spot. And yeah, I'm an idiot. I'm a rookie. I know nothing. Even though I'm looking around going, holy cow, man, I ran more calls in one day than this department runs in a month. And so I noticed something at that fire department that was going on. It was something called the fire school. And what happened is the property, our first due, for it's a fire department term, our response area, the area we were responsible for, had a lot of property, a lot of land. And it was very beneficial for, let's say, the U.S. Forest Service. They would come in and conduct this fire school where they would have all these Forest Service engines there, and they would light small fires in vegetation and let it burn and go let the engines go and attack it. And we were never allowed to go. we would never go to this thing. I would go talk to my captains and the chief. I'm like, why aren't we going to these things? Like, this is incredible training, and our training sort of sucks. And because I was used to some higher level training, and I used to watch the other departments that would use our property, our first due, and train their guys, and they would treat us like second-rate citizens. I didn't go over well with the ninja. I said, we need to have our own fire school. And then I noticed another group of fire departments, these big county organizations, came in and they started doing a fire school too. And we weren't allowed to go to that one. And I'm like, why aren't we going? And it was, and what I saw really quick is that my fire chiefs were intimidated, scared of these guys. And it brought back all those feelings when I was a kid of, being intimidated or bullied. And I didn't like that. And so one year, a new fire chief came in that was raising chaos and firing people, and he was cleaning house fast. And I was on his hit list. I was number one to be fired because a couple of fire chiefs that didn't like me because I was always that guy that asked questions, right? I was intimidating them, not on purpose, but they knew that when I got on a call, people tended to listen to me. As a matter of fact, I had a fire chief tell me one time that he would get so angry because other departments just assumed I was the chief. Now, how do you like that? It was because of something called command presence. After time, and veterans know this too, when you're in battle and you have, time, experience, real life experience behind you, you tend to treat life's challenges differently, right? Not a lot can really affect you. And everybody's at different levels. Well, um, so this fire chief, I get called in, I'm gonna get fired. and and there's four people that are gonna be fired. I was one of them, and they've got all those chiefs in the room, and he holds up some papers that were crinkled, and he goes, "Do you know what this is?" And I look at it, and it was a academy that I'd put together for all new rookies in our department. Here, I'm the firefighter, and we're not doing any training, so I was training rookies and saying, "Hey, look, you need a fair shake, and honestly, as soon as you can, leave this department and go somewhere else." I remember one firefighter bringing me an expensive bottle of whiskey because he left our department and got hired with FDNY, and and he thanked me because he goes, "Without your training, I wouldn't have made it." It was just really cool, right? I was trying to do my best, lead from the bottom. And so he's got this crumpled thing of papers, and I go, "Yeah, it's my fire academy outline. What do you have? I thought I threw that away." He goes, "Yeah, it's exactly right. You threw it away." And he's like just pissed. And I'm like, "Wow, I'm gonna be fired." And I'm looking at those fire chiefs just grinning. I'll keep this clean, but he goes, "You don't want to know what I think about this right here?" I'm like, "I don't care. I don't care what you think about it." And he goes, "It's the only damn thing I'd ever keep in this place." And he throws it down on the ground or on the desk. He goes, "It's the only thing worth keeping in this entire department. Everything has to be thrown out and redone." And I look over at the chiefs, and their eyes just get big and their mouths open. He goes, "This is why I've got a problem with you, because you've got talent, you're not using it." I'm like, "No, my problem is those two chiefs right there." And he looks at them. He goes, "I'm going to deal with you." Now, you have to realize most of my life I'd listened to other people tell me that I wasn't smart, tell me I wasn't good enough, good enough looking, and tell all this stuff, right? And all those thoughts had just, weighed on me. That day, that chief told me something I'll never forget. He goes, "I'm going to let you do what you want to do. I'm going to give you free reign. If you want to teach an academy, teach an academy." I'm like, "Well, I actually want to teach a fire school. I'm sick and tired of these fire departments treating us like second-rate citizens." He goes, "Done, do it." For the next 6 months, I prepared, and I was given very little resources to do it. And the whole time, those chiefs were still there, captains, always telling me I couldn't pull it off. Who am I to think I can do this? What do I have? All this stuff. Because what they were doing is they're projecting their insecurities on me. The day I went and invited the first academy, I went and invited a handful of departments. And Nobody wanted to help me in the department. The day was today. We lined up at roll call, and they go, hey guys, we need this done, this done. The captains and chiefs were actually loading us up with extra work that day, and I'm thinking, dude, I've got like 10 fire departments showing up for this live fire training, and they're like, oh yeah, and Travis, you got something going on too, right? Well, yeah, they're gonna be here in a little bit. Okay, I'm I think in the kitchen, and a chief comes running in, all panicked. He goes, Oakland City Fire Department's here. What are they doing here? And I'm like, oh, they're here for this fire school. And then another fire engine rolls in, another fire engine rolls in. Here comes, I don't remember all the cities for the first year that came in, but they're big cities. And they're like, what do we do? What do we do? I'm like, oh, you want to help me now because the big boys are here. We conducted that fire school, and for 3 years, it got bigger and bigger and bigger. Where at one point, and I'm still getting crap, I had invited Arnold Schwarzenegger because he was the governor, and they just laughed at me. Like, I had uh, air resources coming and stuff into like even the third year as it had grown, and we had gotten accolades. I remember LA City's second in command and Oakland City's fire chief contacted my fire chief and said, I'm getting reports that this is the best course they've ever had in their career, my guys. Thank you, because I was providing it for free too, right? And that gave me a lot of confidence. Well, what I learned from that is that any time, and a captain told me this once too, that had watched me for years and watched me just fight uphill and fight uphill at this department. He goes, the biggest problem, Travis, you've got is that you're listening to them. You second guess yourself all the time. The second you walk in and you know what you're doing, and then two or three people put you down, and then it's like you second guess. I could see there's the change that you second guess yourself. And it's funny, I never would have thought, that took me to then when I was building courses for the fire service that my fire department didn't even want to use. I was building lesson plans and getting them accredited in local colleges, and other departments were using them and being blessed, right? I'm going, I just feel like I'm dying here. And we got to the point where, and no joke, it's when I started the YouTube channel, and it was like the beginning of the end for me in the fire service. 26 years in, and I'm still just getting put down, just thumb held down, all that stuff. They would not promote me. I was the most qualified in the department, and they would not promote me. And they would promote people. I mean, just like, dude, stop eating paste, guys. Like, what the hell's your problem? And constantly going on calls and watching people that had just been promoted thought they were all that. And I'm just like, and it's just because of the extreme jealousy from the top. Well, here I start this YouTube channel, and that for the first like 2.5 years, 3 years of this YouTube channel, half my videos are done at the fire station. I'm dressed as a firefighter. I'm around fire engines. I mean, I tried to keep it all hidden because I didn't want, that backlash coming on me. But I would wake up before the guys are eating breakfast. I would be doing a video. I would be in a closet at the fire station during lunch, and then while everyone's eating lunch and playing video games, and then at night I'd be writing courses. And to this day, I never thought in my wildest dreams that I would have a company that gives financial education for thousands and thousands of people. And I get to talk to my students all the time and hear what leaps and bounds they're making in their lives financially, and I'm just like, I'm blown away. Well, the truth is, the reason why this channel has used cardboard, I never changed my clothes, I do videos from my car, was because all I really wanted ever since I started was somebody to believe in me. That's the truth. And I figured the best way, and I did this at the fire service well before I ever had a YouTube channel. I just go, guess I'm an idiot. I'm going to tell you the total truth, how to do something right the first time, not screw up, save money, save time, live a happy life. And if you want to just be an idiot and go head forward into the wall, I'll just watch you do it. And I'll go, well, I guess I'm an idiot. I guess, and I did the same thing with the channel. I just wanted someone to believe in me. And I think every single one of you, type one if you're one of those people. You just want someone to believe in you, you know. But the thing is as you type that, and I'm the one typing one, right? The truth is, there's a point where you just got to go, not a lot of people are ever going to believe in me because they're all insecure. They've all got problems. They're all jealous. And so it's time to just step out and do, right? For that doing, many of you may have a business idea that you've been sitting on for a long time. Maybe that doing is standing up in your family and going, no, no, look, I know I'm right about this with raising our children. We got to do it this way. Or standing up against a family member that's been sort of reigning over your family, your extended family, right, for a long time. Go, no, 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 we're not going to do this anymore. Yeah, I'm gonna put the brakes on this, right? Many of you are like in a dead end job, and you're like going, hey, I actually think I'd be more happy and more successful even taking a pay cut at this point and going and working over there so I can clear my mind for a little bit and go to the next level. And if anything, if these words resonate with you, I just wanted to tell you because I'm living proof. When I started um, getting into finance in the year 1997 or in 98, I started trading stocks and I started getting into real estate, later on, and just digesting everything I could, buying every book I can and reading it all and just getting really excited about it. I had so much opposition, mostly from my family and friends. And um, I'm told the story of my mother, where my mother was the only cheerleader I ever had in my life. I could do no wrong in my mom's eyes. I could do anything I set my mind to in my mom's heart. When she died, my only cheerleader went away, and that's why I said I'm going to become the cheerleader for the nations, and that's why I started the channel. I'm gonna show you how anything you don't think you can accomplish, I know you can, because I know what I did. And you know, I wasn't the brightest bulb in the box. I became brighter. It was other people that I was allowing to dim that light. I hope you got something out of this. Like I said, I didn't mean to do a video about this, but I was driving up to get my coffee and start looking at news headlines, and this felt like I was supposed to. Still going to go do a live stream here in a few minutes. There's a lot of incredible news, but anyway, I hope you have a great day. The Economic Ninja is out.